Yo Gotti brother Big Juke is got shared chilling up with him. I mean,
Having
just like
street ties gave him a lot of clout in the industry, but it also got his own brother, Big Juke, killed.
they said that Yo Gotti brother Big Juke got shared chilling a post before being shot and killed in Memphis. He had shared a post chilling.
Yo Gotti is one of the biggest rappers in the history of Memphis, but he's still connected to the brutal street drama in the city. Having street ties gave him a lot of clout in the industry, but it also got his own brother, Big Juke, killed. And today we're breaking down the wild story of how Juke got murdered.
Why do it? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Why do it? Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. It seemed like every rapper and every artist got a brother that passes away. Dirk brother passed away. Yo Gotti brother passed away and he in the streets. Dirk brother passed away and he in the streets. Yo Gotti brother passed away. He in the streets. You gotta be careful. If they can't get you, they gonna get who close to you. So you just gotta be smooth out here, man. The streets ain't cool.
Right after his uncle's funeral. On January 13th, a cop with the Memphis PD was driving around Winchester Road when he heard shots going off out of nowhere. And when he pulled up to the scene outside of a restaurant in the area, there were two dudes on the ground with gunshot wounds. One of the guys was rushed to the hospital and listed in critical condition, but the other guy was identified as Big Juke and pronounced dead on the scene. According to the cops, it was a targeted hit and not just a random shooting. But right now, nobody has any idea about who pulled the trigger. Surveillance footage caught a white Ford Explorer with tinted windows leaving the area, but the cops don't have any suspects in the case yet. Big Juke and the other dude who got shot had just left the funeral for Juke and Gotti's uncle, Eric Bovan, aka Las Vegas Eric. Eric was a big-time hustler back in the day who allegedly ran a massive drug ring that Gotti and Juke's aunts were affiliated with. Juke's aunt Janet married Eric and was allegedly helping him push weight. And in the 80s, his aunt Linda got caught up in the drug case because she was allegedly working with him too. Juke's uncle Eric and his crew were allegedly making millions by moving drugs between California and Memphis. According to the cops, they ran the whole thing out of a nightclub, and for a while, they had the game in Memphis on lock. But when you're moving that much weight, it's only a matter of time before the feds catch on. And in '89, Juke's uncle Eric and his crew caught a massive case, and one of his homies flipped and started working with the FBI. There aren't a lot of details about Eric's drug ring back then, but there is some public info from Juke's aunt Linda because of an appeal she made to the court. According to the documents, Eric was the boss of a cocaine ring that was bringing drugs into Memphis from Los Angeles. They was using Aunt Linda's crib as a stash house, and Uncle Eric's homie Earl Woods testified that he went with Uncle Eric and Aunt Janet to the crib one day, and Eric's wife Linda handed them a sack with 25 to 40K in it. Eric's homie Earl also told the court that another day, he gave Janet a bag with 7 kilos of cocaine in it, and she told him she was taking it to Linda's house. Linda was allegedly pushing a lot of weight for Eric, but when the cops raided her crib, they only found a loaded revolver and a shoebox with trace amounts of cocaine in it. Aunt Linda caught an 84-month sentence for drug conspiracy charges, while Uncle Eric got hit with 10 years and his whole operation fell apart. Eric wasn't the only drug lord affiliated with Jook and Gotti though. But before we get into that, let's take a look at why Gotti's beef with Young Dolph might have something to do with the whole situation.
I ain't gonna lie. That Yo Gotti and Young Dolph situation is crazy. They said, let me see. So I can make sure I ain't wrong on this. Let me look at and do my little research real quick, cause I'm finna make a TikTok video on this. They say that Paper Route is up 4 and CMG got 1. So yeah, that's getting real critical out the Memphis territory for rap. The Memphis rap scene is getting crazy. I think Memphis low key got no, I ain't gonna say the craziest rap scene right now, cause New York out there, people going crazy out there, and Florida, man. Yeah, shit.
Back in the day, Dolph and Gotti were cool, and Dolph was allegedly even the plug for one of Gotti's brothers before he hopped in the booth and started rapping. Dolph got involved with the streets early. Both of his parents were on crack, and he needed a way to support himself, but eventually he decided to switch up how he was moving and got involved with the rap game. Dolph started passing out CDs all over Memphis just so people could hear his music. At first he was handing them out for free, but not before long his name was buzzing in the city and he was starting to make money off of rap. By the time Dolph got into the game, Yo Gotti was already a legend in Memphis. He started dropping music all the way back in '96, and in 2012, he decided to level up and start his own label called Collective Music Group, or CMG. Gotti had the label for a couple years and still hadn't signed anyone to it. But after Dolph dropped a hot mixtape with Gucci Mane, Gotti reached out and offered him a deal. Dolph was all about breaking into the industry by himself though. By the time Gotti wanted to sign him, Dolph already invested over $1 million into his career and didn't want to ride anyone else's wave. From the outside, it looked like everything was still cool between them. But there was drama behind the scenes that led to Gotti's team allegedly trying to kill Dolph more than once. After Dolph turned Gotti's deal down, Gotti signed another Memphis rapper named Black Youngsta. Before we get into how Black Youngsta allegedly dumped 100 rounds into Dolph's SUV, we gotta take a look at how it all started and why Big Juke's murder might be connected to the situation. Back in 2016, Dolph finally released his debut album called King of Memphis. Yo Gotti had been calling himself the King of Memphis for years, like on the track BMF Memphis when he rapped, "I think I'm Yo Gotti, King of Memphis. I'm the youngest motherfucker who ever did it. 7 digits, I'm still strapped. Go against the king and get your ass kidnapped." According to rumors, Gotti was pressed about Dolph calling his album King of Memphis, and that's when all the drama started. Dolph took the first shot on Twitter.
Him being mad because he said he the king of Memphis is crazy. I feel like people be taking that shit serious. Like, that's like somebody, nah, I ain't gonna lie, because that's like somebody coming out and saying, I'm the voice of the streets, and they from Chicago. And Dirt go look at that shit like, damn, you trying to take my little, you did? Like, dang, you ain't the voice of the streets, my nigga, I been doing this. You know? So it's like, damn. But for them to start beefing and all this shit happening over that is crazy.
And said, bro, I went from being my #1 fan and wanting to sign me to being my biggest hater. Gotti didn't respond to the tweet, but his artist Black Youngsta said he was gonna smack the shit out of Dolph if he saw him on the street.
Black Youngsta always turning up, I ain't gonna lie. He said, when I see that nigga, Young Dolph, I'ma smack the shit out of him on my life. That man crazy. Hey, that nigga, he don't be having no filter. I think it is a video of Black Youngsta fighting. Matter of fact, I'm finna see Black Youngsta fight. Let me see, can this nigga fight? I did that R wrong. What's going on? Black Youngsta pulls out Draco. We don't want to see that. I guess it ain't no fighting videos. Key Glock fight, no. Rilo tells Black Youngsta, no. What the fuck? Yeah, we getting back to the video, y'all. That shit crazy.
After Black Youngsta called him out, Dolph hopped on Instagram and dissed Gotti for sending his artist to fight him. Dolph aired him out.
He said, first thing first, everybody knows you. Gotti, that's sending your artist out to say the lame shit he been saying and doing. LOL lame. I guess you still mad cause I didn't sign your your pussy ass. Oh, you still in your feelings cause you fell out of the Gucci Mane and you was mad at me cause I kept rocking with Gucci. Sound like a lot of bitch shit to me. How you do all that hating and then go put the police on me? Shit sad. You came in the game hating on a 3-6 Mafia. Now you hating on Dolph. Wow.
Still being mad that he didn't sign with him. And also claimed that Gotti was pressed that he was still rocking with Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti were tight back in the day, dropped a couple tracks together that had the streets going crazy. Then they linked up in the studio for 2 full collab tapes. Fans were rocking with the music heavy and wanted to hear more, but then they split ways out of nowhere. Gucci was promoting his Trap God album and set the release date for October 17th or 10/17. 10/17 is the name of his label, so it was a big deal for Gucci. But then news broke that Gotti's project was dropping on the same day. Gotti said he ain't know they were both dropping albums that day, but he was hyped about it when he heard the news. According to Gotti, he reached out to Gucci because he was thinking, man, we're about to shut it down, but Gucci never replied. Gotti still didn't know there was any drama, but then Gucci tweeted, why would another artist put their mixtape out on 10/17 if they ain't Brick Squad? You ain't me, the hashtag Trap God. Gotti tried to reach out again and even changed the release date of his project, but apparently that wasn't the only issue Gucci had with him. Most rap fans know about the famous beef between Gucci and Jeezy that almost got Gucci killed. It started out as industry drama, but then the situation got so bad that Jeezy sent his homies into Gucci's crib, and Gucci ended up killing one of them in self-defense. Around the same time the release date drama was going on, Gotti had just hopped on a track with T.I. and Teezy, and Gucci was obviously pressed about Gotti linking up with his op like that. Then Gucci dropped the track Birds of a Feather and raps, "I used to fuck with Gotti till he turned into a buster. I did a song with T.I., but the nigga's still a sucker. Gucci Mane and Young Dolph is always tight." And after Dolph died, he dropped the track Long Live Dolph and raps, "R.I.P. to Dolph, long live the legend. From Memphis to the 6, they felt you in the bricks. The day you died, it broke my heart. A day I won't forget. One thing you know, you're missed." But even if the drama with Dolph and Gotti started because Dolph stayed cool with Gucci while they were beefing, it didn't take long for the situation to get violent.
That shit crazy.
One of Black Youngster's early hits was a track called Heavy, and Dolph said a shot at Black Youngster on the track Ready when he rapped, "All of my niggas, they ready. Y'all some pussies, you scared. All on the internet telling, trying to have a real nigga gelling. This shit around my neck so heavy. I'ma keep dripping sauce, spaghetti." Dolph also took shots at Gotti with the bar, "Any nigga that record when it's time for gangster shit, he the police. And I fucked your boss man baby mama, same hotel for 4 weeks. Never sent a little boy to take care of grown man business. If I was you, I'd be mad at me too, so I ain't tripping." Gotti still didn't respond, but Black Youngster dropped the track Shake Some and said, "Young Dolph Thornton wanna play ho. I'm on tour with the K ho. Mac 11, Smith & Wesson, extended clip, 100 rounds on the Draco. How the fuck you the king of Memphis? You ain't from the city, you from Chicago. Fuck boy, you better lay low. Killers move when I say so." Dolph wasn't too worried about Black Youngster and never clapped back, but then a few months later, he dropped the track Play With Your Bitch and aired Gotti out with the line, "Don't play with me, ho Gotti, you a hoe, man. You went from my biggest fan to my biggest hater, begging me to sign with you, but I had too much paper. And they said them pussy niggas on your team are in your drawers. They say you make the pussy ass niggas call you boss, but they can't call you king."
Y'all can call me bogus or whatever, but I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never heard none of these songs. I don't listen to Yo Gotti yet. I ain't gonna care. I don't listen to Yo Gotti. And I never listen. Well, I ain't gonna say never. I heard Dolph, but I don't listen to him either for real.
Because that's Dolph. He also allegedly took a shot at Jook on the same track when he raps, "Still that same nigga that used to front your big brother. Found out he a bitch too, now I call him your big sister." Nothing happened at first, but then Dolph took the disrespect to a whole new level with the video for Play With Your Bitch. He hired a Yo Gotti lookalike and stole a girl from him in the video. And the day after it dropped, Gotti's crew allegedly dumped 100 shots at Dolph's SUV.
Damn, bro, what? Hold on. I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of disrespectful though. That bar is crazy. That bar crazy, first off.
Nothing
and the lookalike is
happened
crazy.
At first, but then Dolph took the disrespect to a whole new level with the video for Play With Your Bitch. He hired a Yo Gotti.
I low-key thought that was Dolph for real. He dirty. He bogus for that. I ain't gonna lie. Dolph is that. Hey, that is funny. Hey, that he crazy. That shit crazy. That nigga do look like. If he look like Yo Gotti, y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know if Dolph did a good job with that lookalike. He low-key look like Yo Gotti mixed with, y'all know that long head dude with the big neck? Yeah.
Lookalike and stole a girl from him in the video. And the day after it dropped, Gotti's crew allegedly dumped 100 shots at Dolph's SUV. Dolph was touring in North Carolina, and before one of his shows, someone pulled up and sprayed over 100 bullets into his whip. Luckily, Dolph didn't.
And then he came back and made that song 100 Shots.
It hurt because his whip was bulletproof. Dolph still pulled up to his event and performed Play With Your Bitch for his fans. Black Youngster and his homies got booked for trying to kill Dolph, but eventually the charges got dropped because there wasn't enough evidence and nobody was working with the cops. That ain't stopped Black Youngster from taking more shots at Dolph and accusing him of snitching. On the track Bulletproof, he raps, "If you got love for me, can you at Young Dolph and tell him don't show up? I'm just saying, homie, why you give them people statements? Why you rap about that shit so your album would go crazy? Niggas do anything for the album sales. And you lost your bet if you bet that I'll tell." Black Youngster wasn't the only one making music about the situation though. Surviving the shooting gave Dolph a lot of attention, and in 2017, he dropped the album Bulletproof and sent a message through his track list. If you read each song on the album in order, it says, 100 shots in Charlotte, but I'm bulletproof, so fuck 'em. That's how I feel. I'm so real, I pray for my enemies, I'm everything you wanna be, shaking my head. That wasn't the only time Dolph almost died over the Gotti beef though. And what happened next makes even more people think his brother Juke's death might be connected to the whole beef. A few months after Dolph's whip was shot, He was in Los Angeles at the same time as Gotti. According to rumors, Dolph found out where Gotti was staying and tried to press him, and that's when a fight broke out and one of Gotti's homies shot Dolph 3 times. The dude who shot Dolph was charged, but he dodged the case because nobody in Dolph's crew would work with the cops. After the shooting in LA, the beef seemed to chill out for
That shit crazy.
a while.
So y'all telling me when people be getting booked, that's because motherfuckers be in that bitch talking? If nobody go in that bitch and talk or say nothing, y'all do it right and smooth, then it's sufficient. As you can see.
Dolph and Gotti were doing their own thing and weren't sending shots back and forth. Fans were hoping that Dolph would left all the drama behind. But then in November 2021, young Dolph was tragically shot and killed while buying cookies at a shop in Memphis. Rumors were
I
flying.
still feel like that shit is crazy. Like, you shouldn't have been doing that, bro. You know these niggas sliding. You know this. Like, you know they sliding, bro. They literally tried to get you gone multiple times. They sent hella shots and warnings. I would not have, at least not without security or with the guys and with, like, dang, like, bro, like.
That Gotti and his crew had something to do with the murder. And one of Dolph's homies even claimed that Jook put a hit out on Dolph.
Because these folks had something to do with it, bro. These know that Jook put a hit out. You know what I'm saying? But nah, bro, I need to say this. Don't say that. They gotta tell the truth.
It took a while for the cops to book anyone for his death, but at first it didn't look like it was connected to Jook and Gotti at all. In 2022, the cops booked Justin Johnson and Cornelia Smith for the murder. Nobody knew why they wanted to kill Dolph, but then a few months later, a dude named Hernandez Govan was arrested too, and it changed everything. Govan was allegedly one of the biggest drug lords in Memphis and had ties to Gotti and Jook. He was also connected to the music industry through his daughter, Lotto Cash Desto, who was killed in Houston a year after Dolph died. Desto was at a stoplight behind another whip when 2 shooters hopped out of the car in front of her and started letting off shots. Her friend was rushed to the hospital with a gunshot wound, but Desto was tragically pronounced dead at the scene.
Damn.
2 dudes have been arrested for the shooting, but nobody knows why Desto was killed yet. There's a lot of rumors about the situation though, so let's break down why some people think it's related to Jook and Gotti's beef with Young Dolph. After Lotto Cash Desto died, her dad Govan made a post on Facebook apologizing to Desto, saying he cursed her with his lifestyle. Back then, nobody thought it had anything to do with Young Dolph, but that all changed after Desto's dad Govan was charged with putting a hit out on Dolph. None of this has been confirmed, so it's just street rumors as of right now. But some people think Dolph's homies have been sliding to get back for his murder, and Desto got caught up in the situation. Her dad Govan was charged just a month after Desto was killed, and there's a good chance the people in Memphis already knew he was involved way before the news ever broke.
Y'all think he was involved before the news ever broke? Or what? Because
There's still no evidence that Gotti and Jook had anything to do with Govan sending shooters at Dolph, but we do know that they have ties to each other, so it's a possibility. All that's available right now are rumors though. When the murder trial for Dolph starts, there's gonna be all kinds of new info coming out because one of the dudes involved already flipped and agreed to testify against everyone else in the case. A lot of people.
dang, bro, what? Bro, what? Hey, bro, you better hope he don't get out, cause you know he better move. You better what Meek Mill tell young boy, you better move or you gonna die. He better move.
Think Big Juke's murder.
They not playing, boy. You better move. He know they not playing. That shit crazy. Y'all, man. He turning on everybody. That mean he finna tell everything.
Has something to do with the Dolph beef, but there's also a rumor going around.
Before you do shit like that, you gotta think about you, your life, your family, your mama, your people, like everybody that's close to you, your friends, everybody, because situations like that be iffy, bro.
That he was taken out by someone close to him. The last post Jook made on Instagram was a photo of himself with the caption, "They don't want to face you, they want to snake you. Stay alert to stay alive. Watch your back at all times." It's not clear if Jook and Gotti really have ops inside their own group, but the post has a lot of people thinking that the killers were someone close to Jook. What's really crazy about the theory is the fact that Gotti's mother was allegedly in the whip with Jook and his homie when the shooting happened. It's just a rumor right now, but some people close to the situation are saying that Gotti's mom had to run out of the whip when the shot started going off and almost got hit too. It's not clear who killed Jook yet, but whoever pulled the trigger really wanted to take him out. They slid on him in broad daylight in a public area full of security cameras, so obviously they were willing to take a big risk just to get him. There's not a lot of info about what really went down yet, and Gotti hasn't spoken on the situation, but tap in for updates while the story develops.
That's crazy. Yeah, we gonna get back with y'all. When I get some updates, I'm gonna let y'all know, and I'm gonna most definitely be on here.